Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between puCK and MaSa on Frozen Temple. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player, it is MaSa. And in the top left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player, it is puCK. Alright, so another TVP for you guys on the channel. Again, I love this matchup. It is very, very fun to watch. A lot of different things can happen, but Liberators play a very prominent role in this matchup, at least before the latest patch. And this tournament was played before the latest patch, where Liberators did 8 or 9 damage to every single flying thing with her anti-air weapon. And Blizzard decided that was enough, so 8 or 9 damage is only applied to light units, such as Mutalisks and Phoenix. And I assume, let's see, 4 or 5 damage, I think, to everything else. So Liberators will not be very great against Corruptors anymore, or, you know, Battle Cruisers or Vikings or things like that. So should change up things just a little bit, make the Liberator just a little bit less useful for Terran and not something you see oh so much. But again, in this game, still pretty darn awesome. So I would be surprised if we didn't see Liberators at all coming out of here from MaSa. So puCK, ready to rock with the probe. Can't get up here because of this partially completed supply depot. Did see it wasn't a Nexus first, so that's some good information to have for this little probe scooting around with the, like it's a jetpack in its butt. What is that thing? Yeah, it's like shooting out some kind of methane gas is what it looks like. I don't know. But yeah, actually going, did I say Nexus? I meant Command Center first, but Nexus down here is what we are getting. A gateway into a Nexus, a 1-gate expand from puCK with second assimilator and cybernetics core coming up simultaneously. Already has the 1 gas there. And based on the timing on that gas, yep, that's a Reaper, so the Reaper expand from MaSa. Did deny the Scout, though. That was pretty good. I mean, not really that there was much interesting for puCK to see, but MaSa did deny it. Going to pop on out here with the Reaper while this thing builds behind it. The good thing about the Reaper is it kind of keeps puCK inside his base. I know I've said that it really his most important thing for the Reaper is to do scouting, is to kill workers, is to kill units, but one of the more important functions it has is it allows this command center to get up and going. If the Reaper's out here harassing you as Protoss or as Zerg, you can't really mount an efficient offensive against your opponent, and there's really no need to wall off, there's no need to throw down a bunker, just do what you gotta do. Macro up, tech up, go ahead and get that factory if you need to, and just wait for that thing to finish. However, this particular Reaper, who we will name Dave, is not actually doing any of that harassing stuff. He is just looking entirely for a forward pylon of some kind, or perhaps a proxy gateway, proxy dark shrine, things like that. But either way, I think not going to find much of anything there. How did I zoom out that much? Dang it. That was an extra zoom out, wasn't it? I need to figure this out. I need to figure it out. Alright, so here comes the Reaper. Or rather, that is not a Reaper. That's an Adept. Going to pop on up. Cannot sonic transfer through buildings. And this is already finished. So the Adept is going to get an SCV kill here. Good micro on display from puCK to make that thing happen. Pop. No big deal. Going to get some shots off and go ahead and try to take that thing down. But in the meantime, not going to happen at all. Can't pop on up. This wall off has really served MaSa pretty darn well. Reaper running around, trying to kill stuff, trying to find things to do. Doesn't see there's not a third Nexus up yet. puCK is not super greedy at this point. Going to try to move on in. Where's that mothership core for puCK? I do not see it. KD8 charge knocking down and going to get a... Yes, does get the probe kill. Nicely done. One more possibly? Yeah. Trying. No, being patient. KD8 charge knocking everybody back. There's the photon overcharge, though. More Reapers die by photon overcharge than anything else in this game, I feel like. Man, hit so hard. Where's that thing? Does it even show us? Yeah, damage 30. 30 is so much damage. Here comes the Adept once again. Widowmine just waiting for this to happen. Just kidding. It was waiting until it got picked up by a passing medevac. And then it just decided to get a ride instead of waiting for these Adepts to come in and wreck stuff. The bunker's not ready yet, which is a bit of a problem. Lift up, lift. Oh, clutch lift. Clutch lift up there. Is that an SCV that died? Hold up. Oh, it was an SCV. Okay, so for some reason, were there 2 SCVs constructing this thing at the same time? I don't know. Either way, the Adepts did pick off a single worker, which is just fine. But again, we do need to worry about this Widowmine drop if we're puCK. And we're not, but if you're rooting for puCK, perhaps you're a little bit worried. Warp Prism coming in at the exact same time, though, is there. There's the Liberator. Liberator can actually get some shots off or send up a Defender mode circle. Turn around, Liberator. Need you for stuff. There we go. Going to go ahead and set up, try to chase down that Warp Prism. Exactly. Not needed for Defender mode. Go ahead and get rid of that Warp Prism. Chase it down. You are faster than it is, and you do hit pretty hard. 7 times 2. Awesome stuff indeed. Widow Mine drops 1 and 2. Dude, why are you stacking? Ooh, so lucky there. So lucky. Both of them still here. Observer comes in. Photon Overcharge should be able to deal with them both, and it happens. So 4 probes killed. A little bit unlucky for MaSa, but puCK did come out of that fairly unscathed. It is 42 to 33 total harvesters, though. puCK is definitely macroing his face off. I feel like he's going to go for a 3rd Nexus at some point here fairly soon, but instead actually getting a Disruptor. So people on the channel have been wondering, where did the Disruptors go? The answer is kind of like here. Here's one. For puCK, I'm not sure if he's going to make any more than this, but he's definitely getting one. Here's the Gravitic Drive, increasing the movement speed of Warp Prisms and Blink. On the way for puCK, I have not seen a Protoss player skip Blink in a long time, unless they're going straight Sky Toss, which has actually happened once or twice. Are there more dead probes, or why does it show 3 there? Was there another Widow Mine drop here? There might have been. Oh no, Liberator showed up. Okay, Liberator does get some shots and does manage to escape with its life too, getting 5 kills to its name. 10 workers killed by MaSa, but it is still 38 to 41. puCK still has that lead. He's feeling good about things. Pushing out just a little bit here with some Stalkers and some Adepts, but that is not the greatest composition in the world against a Terran player with Marines, with Marauders, with +1 attack, with Stim. All things that MaSa is going for right now. 2 Disruptors are going to make a big difference there, as far as I'm concerned. And here comes some Tankovacs flying around, trying to get into nice positions. They don't really want to move, because that would be annoying. And the tank shots just outside range. Oh, does take 1 to the face. That is not a good feeling as a Stalker, man. You can't even see the stupid siege tank. It's up on a hill or a ramp of some kind, and then BAM! Ooh, does get picked up by the Warp Prism. Again, with that distance pickup, which is new to one of the latest patches of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. So Disruptor is going to fly over this way. Missile Turret should prevent this from happening pretty darn quickly. Disruptor comes on in. 2 Purification Novas chasing down these workers, killing 1. 1 SCV for both of those Novas, and not a good return on his value for puCK, unfortunately. But more Disruptors on the way. puCK is determined to make this work. Marauders coming up too for MaSa. Where is his Liberator count? There's one. Just setting up in an excellent position to be covered by the tanks, to be covered by this bunker too. Just playing defense, using that Defender mode. puCK is indeed going for that 3rd Nexus and getting a Forge at the same time. So he is definitely going at this for the long haul. This is no 2-base all-in from our red Protoss player. Stalkers with no upgrades whatsoever. Nothing at all coming up from puCK. Is that his first Forge? I thought he already had one. Yep, just has the one. Surprising. Trying to come in once again. There's still a missile turret here, puCK. I'm not sure why you keep trying to poke your way on in there, but regardless, missile turret enough to shoo that thing away. Pushing out a little bit. Too focused down the Observer. Well played. Well played indeed. Did he just tank fire his own unit there? Was that tank fire that killed that guy? Sure looked like it was. That's odd. Alright, maybe this guy is defecting. This particular siege tank pilot. Or is that what they are, pilots? I don't know that puCK can break this thing. I mean, the tanks just do so much damage to the Stalkers. The Adepts are mostly useless against a lot of the stuff here. Good against Marines, again, but not super great elsewise. The Disruptors can be microed around pretty darn evenly. I think puCK is just trying to contain. I'm not sure that he really wants to break this. Stimming forward, and Purification Nova does get a nice hit on that left side, but a Nova does actually not hit on the right side there. Pushing up a little bit with the tanks. I feel like MaSa really hates this contain. Purification Nova shot. Pretty good there. 2 kills on that Disruptor. 7 kills on that one. 1 kill on the 3rd and the 4th. Nope, the 4th has 0. Yep, just basically trying to take this 3rd base with the Liberator modes. Defender mode there. Oops, sniping down a couple of those Stalkers, moving forward. I'm not sure if there's enough bio to make this thing work. A single Marine gets killed by the Disruptor and forced to pick up and lift off. I was worried about that happening for MaSa. I'm not sure he quite had the units to control that thing. It is 70 to 70 army supply, though. Blink Stalker is doing pretty darn good as well. APM for puCK is doing pretty darn awesome, up 360 currently. Just not really willing to go in there and just get wrecked by tanks and Liberators. Liberator does get taken down there. Nicely done. Another Nova. Whiffing entirely. Yeah, this is pretty intense stuff right now. MaSa is desperately trying to take a third base, or recognizing that puCK probably already has his third. It is 134 to 119. Total supply worker count 59-250 in favor of our red Protoss player puCK. And dancing back and forth a long distance mine are these SCVs. Widowmine on the high ground. Not sure what that intention is there. Adepts trying to Psionic transfer their way on in. Can they get inside the main base? No, another great liftoff. Fantastic liftoff. Or lift up, rather, by our Terran player. Widowmine's taking out Adepts. Couple SCVs dying, but nothing to be concerned about. Once again, puCK does not want to go home, man. This is where he's setting up shop. This is where he's laying down roots. But the longer this goes and the more the upgrades tend to favor MaSa, the more I worry. Darkstrand on the way for puCK. Purification Nova catching a couple Marauders, throwing their bodies almost up onto that ramp there. Free Liberator. And another Nova catching a couple Marines. Man, those bodies get flown far when that happens. And here comes a separate push. Oh no, MaSa! MaSa ready to go, taking down those pylons. No photon overcharge for you. This base is in a lot of trouble. Okay, there's one overcharge there. Getting rid of that robotics facility pretty good. Does force the entire army home for puCK. He loses the entire army. Can he take down this Nexus? I'm not sure he has enough units to do that. He's trying to kill as many probes as he can before he is forced to basically pick up and run. But the Blink Stalkers shaking out those medevacs. Only one manages to escape. He's completely empty too, or she is rather. But 8 probes were killed there, which means it's now 52 to 52. So MaSa with a nice counterattack, sneaking around this left side, made things happen. This probe scouting back and forth, didn't see it. I think the probe was looking more for Liberators heading up this way than anything else, but did not spot that small bio push that MaSa made happen there. So good choice by our blue Terran player. How are the upgrades looking? +1 there. No armor. Armor just about to finish though, getting advanced ballistics for the Liberators, increasing the range of that defender mode ability by 4, which is super useful, especially against Blink Stalkers. But sneaky Liberator coming up. We'll see if the probe can see this. Oh, probe, I think that's what you were supposed to do and you didn't see it. All right, so Liberator sneaking on up here. Meanwhile, coming up the ramp is puCK. Blink Stalkers leading the charge there, but can't go against pure Marine Marauder. Liberator setting up, not quite so worried about this stuff here. Stalkers just going to town on this command center. They don't have any attack upgrades, +2 armor, which is surprising. Going for the Fleet Beacon, going for the Stargate as puCK. I think he really wants Tempest to deal with these Liberators. And did you set up a Defender Mode Circle? Oh my gosh, you did it so far away. I always forget how far away it is when that's upgraded. Basically shuts down this entire thing. Shuts it completely down. It's 50 to 48 Harvesters. This is super close, ladies and gents. Small push of Marines with +1/+1 heading up onto the right side. They're going to try to deal with this base. I'm not sure that puCK has an army in position to deal with it. Is there another Liberator here? There's another Liberator with more kills. Does not worry about the Phoenix or the Stalkers. Gets 7 before all is said and done. They're going to try to focus down this Nexus. I'm not sure if they can do it in time. No, they can! Look how fast they're doing just with +1/+1 in stim. The Nexus does fall. Nice pickup. Nice pickup by MaSa. Trying to come in and do some stuff. But the Liberator count, look at these circles. Snipe! Oh, I know I shouldn't laugh. That is so sad for the Stalker, but the Stalker got a little bit careless. Moving on in, just refusing to actually worry about these Stalkers. Trying to take down as many of these probes as possible. Medevacs fly on home. These Marines have been left to die, but they have killed 22 probes. 22 probes, 48 to 36 right now. MaSa's in the lead. 13 workers killed by puCK. Respectable. 40 workers killed by MaSa and a Nexus to boot. So it's 3 base to 3 base. Army supply 93 to 104 in favor of our Terran player. Upgrades continuing, kind of. +2 infantry armor on the way. Dark Templar coming up for puCK. More Marauders, more Liberators even. And the Stalkers really need to kill those Liberators. Can they get them? They get 1. They get a Medevac too, but they're forced to blink on out because this group is scary. Disruptors really want a Purification over these things, but MaSa does not get greedy. Does not overextend, decides to back on out there. No big deal. DT trying to sneak on in. Trying to sneak on inside this base. Is there detection? There certainly is. Never mind, DT. Maybe you should know where the missile turrets are before you try something like that again. Observer, checking this on out. Just seeing what's going on. Stalkers with +1 attack now, which is nice. They still have that +2 armor. Widowmine shot. No, not going to happen. Disruptors coming in, trying to clear the way for the Blink Stalkers to do this thing. But again, pretty good split. They do get a Widowmine And another one. Excellent job there. Defender mode circles everywhere. And almost gets that Disruptor, not able to do it. One Stalker getting a little bit too close, wandering too close to the edge, flying too close to the sun, and does get shot down. So MaSa once again in a defensive position here, but actually deciding to push on out. Defender mode circles ready to go. One Liberator dies, but it's enough to force puCK into a full retreat right now. Purification Nova killing nothing as that Marauder was already dead. Yep, Tempest on the way for puCK. If he can do this thing, it's going to be on the backs of the Tempest. The Liberator's too good. Too good. They don't even have upgrades yet, and they're still super fantastic. Vikings coming out for MaSa. I think he knows about the Templar that are coming. Defender mode circles up, and pop goes the Weasel. Yeah, so I mean, we're going to see this quite a few more times, I think, where puCK pokes on in. MaSa sets up the defender mode circles. puCK manages to blink out before the circles are complete. Right? Oh, free medevac. That was not a good look at all. Losing that Liberator too. Purification Nova, kind of indecisive, but does take out a single Marauder. Yeah, it's not super effective, but they're free, right? Purification Novas don't cost puCK anything. They don't cost supply. They don't cost resources. So the more of this, the better, as far as he's concerned. He does have a 4th base here too, and just keeping up that pressure. Income tab, 57 to 46. He has taken the lead in the worker count after being in so much trouble before. DT over here trying to do stuff at this base, but that missile turret can definitely see it, which is the end times. Purification Nova is taking down bunkers, taking down supply depots. Tanks in positions to prevent this from happening. A scan on in. There's a single. Oh boy, here it is. The drop with the Liberator support. This is such a good combination of stuff. Nobody can walk in these circles. These Marines and Marauders have free reign on the natural. Again, battles down here doing stuff, but no one can really gain the upper hand. It's really, this is a big deal. The Tempest ready to go. The Nexus does fall. Pylons falling too. Not quite enough to supply block puCK, but it does hurt. All right, so the Tempests are out with their long distance range. They don't do any extra damage here. Good concave. Purification Novas coming everywhere, but moving up actually as MaSa pushing through, splitting as best he can. +2 attack has completed, and once again forcing puCK farther back. Taking another base down here, a sneaky base, as MaSa, the Liberators, head on home. I don't know who's going to win this thing, you guys. Again, I don't watch these games beforehand, so I never know, but this is close. 58 to 40, 51 to 48. MaSa's lost a lot of stuff. 15,000 versus 12,900 for puCK. So puCK has been more efficient, as you can expect, but I'm just not sure this Blink Stalker heavy composition is going to do a whole lot. Moving right on in, and again, blinking out. Then the Novas come in. I feel like puCK has practiced this quite a bit, actually. Coming in with the Stalkers. Oh, Disruptor does get taken down. Sounded like Porky Pig there. Can't even do that. It's really hard. DTs, man. DTs continuing to push on in. Find stuff to kill. Here's a nice something to kill. Goodbye, SCV. Oh, almost got it. Did manage to dodge inside the command center for a second there before it gets taken out with one shot. Pushing up through here. Disruptors getting taken down, but not fast enough. There's still a bunch here. Blinking on up, getting rid of the Liberators. Any more Liberators here at all? No, it's a small group of Marines and Marauders. The Stalkers actually have the upper hand, blinking forward for the first time in a while. +2 attack. Purification Nova killing more of those Marauders. Not much on the ground. These medevacs need to get out, or they get focused down. That's good too, I guess. Medevac count looking not super healthy. Only 6 left for MaSa, but these guys with that +2 and that stim Marauders are so good against Stalkers. Stalkers on their own are not going to win this thing. It really does count on the Disruptor attacks with a Purification Nova. Taking a base up here is puCK, and it is warping in. That's going to be super useful for him. 138 to 100 total supply. Right now, puCK is up. puCK is threatening. He has reinforcements coming too with these Stalkers. Cannons in production. I assume that is to defend against drops. And the Novas just doing work right now. I wish I could see how many units have been killed by Novas, because I feel like it's been a lot. I mean, maybe their hit rate isn't super high, but when they do hit, they hit hard. They can one-shot Marines. They can one-shot Marauders. They can one-shot Widow Mines. Just fairly useful in this particular matchup most of the time. Good blink out. I think you can blink and dodge Marauder hits, actually, because they're projectiles. I think that's exactly what puCK did. He sees there are Widow Mines, and he does kill them. Takes the indicator that shows him where they are. Good bloop. +3 attack on the way for puCK. I'm not sure if he needs it, though. He's looking good. 145 to 115 total supply. It's 98. 102 to 74. Army supply has a 10 worker count lead. This base, again, happily mining. Happily fully saturated, too. And the tank evac for MaSa. He just looks ragtag back here, doesn't he? He does. He's not going for any further armor upgrades. He's getting +3 infantry weapons, which is good. But here comes puCK blinking on past everything. Purification Novas come in, and they do take out the tank. Two-shotting the tank. More medevacs getting taken out, too. That it really hurts MaSa. He needs those things. This base is under full assault right now. The command center is forced to flee. Supply depot is getting killed. MaSa is nowhere near being threatened to be supply blocked. Sensor tower destroyed there too. And moving on into this base, that is not a planetary fortress. That's kind of a big deal. Disruptor up here doing some more things. Another attack. Trying to take out once more a Nexus. Another attack from MaSa coming on and try to deal with this thing. There's an Archon. And Stalkers here. Meanwhile, this base is under complete lockdown. SCV's attacking here too. MaSa desperately trying to make this thing happen. And no, it's the GG. GG from MaSa. puCK is victorious. Excellent, excellent play there by puCK throughout. Yes, he lost a lot of workers. If we take a look, 62 workers killed by MaSa, but 39 killed by puCK. Not too shabby. And again, he just continually kept that income coming in, replaced the probes as they were killed, kept the pressure up on MaSa. Yes, a couple drops did manage to sneak on in and do some damage to him, but he didn't let that get him down, did not let that discourage him. Continued with the disruptor pressure. The purification novas again killing so many biological units, killing so many widow mines and a couple tanks to boot. So good use of disruptor here. I know my Protoss fans have been wondering where that is in Legacy of the Void recently, and puCK made it work in this PvT, so well played by him. All right, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.